Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Renunciation and Vision. This chapter begins with a question from Arjuna, who asks, Krishna, once you speak of renouncing action and once of doing karma. Tell me, should one renounce action or perform it? Which is better? Arjuna has this doubt because of the terms used by Krishna in an earlier chapter. So Krishna clarifies, Karma Sannyasa or renunciation of action and karma yoga are both good, but karma yoga is better. He who is rid of the pairs of opposites is a perpetual sannyasin. Those who consider them as two different paths are like ignorant children. If a sadhaka is well established in one path, he gets the benefit of both. He who has not practiced karma yoga finds it difficult to renounce action. He who has understood the nature of things remains poised and considers that he is not acting while seeing, smelling, touching, walking, etc. He knows that it is the senses moving in the fields of their respective objects. He who acts, offering the action to the Supreme and abandoning attachment, is not tainted like the lotus leaf in water. The yogins therefore act with their bodies alone without attachment for self-purification. An integrated man, renouncing the fruit of action, attains supreme peace, while a man attached to results gets bound by action. Man is given the choice. The Lord creates neither the action nor the fruit nor the bondage of action. It all happens according to nature. The Lord gives neither sin nor merit. Deluded people think that there is sin or merit attached to action. Because of ignorance, all joys born out of sense contacts are sources of sorrow and ephemeral. Wise men do not revel in them. If a person is able to withstand the force of desire and anger surging from within, he is indeed happy and wise. Illuminated thus by the inner light, he becomes Brahman and on death attains Brahma Nirvana. Now, what is freedom from action? Can a child be free of sweetmeats as long as it craves for them? Can a man be free from work as long as he needs the money? Can a man help running away from a serpent as long as he is afraid of it? Thus, it is the mental likes and dislikes that prompt a man to act. If he is to renounce action, he has to renounce the mental attitudes that are responsible for the actions. The attitude of renunciation becomes easy when one knows that the senses function mechanically most of the time. We have no knowledge of how they function, and many a times we have no control over them. Still, they are our props. So understand them for what they are and stop getting involved with their activities. They are the gatekeepers at the city gates of your body, and you are the Raja within. As long as the master is away, they keep the doors open, sending in and sending out messages. As long as the Raja continues to dwell, they serve at the doors. When the city is deserted by the Raja, they abandon their posts and leave. The city crumbles down. When they are functioning in their respective fields, watch their reactions like an outsider and remain detached from them. Being in the center of activity does not bind us, but our being attached to the actions mentally is binding. Water touches the lotus leaf all the while, but it cannot wet it. So too, activity cannot taint you if you do not consider it as your action. The mind must be trained not to claim the actions as done by you. Even when such a man is busy in action, he is not caught up in their web. The attitude that you act is the sticking plaster that attaches you. Remove it and work. The activity rubs off the tendencies that urge the action. When the tendencies are washed out through continuous action, there is no urge, and man becomes perfectly quiet and pure. Thereafter, he does not have to make any effort at all to stop the the action because no more action comes as a compelling force from within. He is really free of the bondage. These tendencies urging the action from within have been gathered through the previous actions performed with an I act idea. Such accumulated forms of action performed for a long time are called vasanas. When these vasanas are removed by action, the man is purified because in this state of mind, his actions are performed without the idea that he is the doer. So now it is easy to understand the statement that the Lord has created neither any action nor doership nor the fruit of action. Everything happens as though automatically. The ignorant think that they are acting. The sun covered by the clouds is revealed when the clouds are gone. The clouds within a man are clouds of ignorance gathered because of our lack of proper thinking and wrong action. They will be removed only when the whole personality turns to the Lord. The omnipresent Lord is equally present in all. So, dropping one's different attitudes towards differing beings, when one makes the mind equanimous, one verily becomes Brahman. But in order to teach this equanimity, the sadhaka should be able to stop the force of lust and anger that gushes out from within. In our day-to-day experience, when we are angry with someone, we are unable to recognize his good points. When we love someone, we are blind to his faults. Once this compelling force is enfeebled, we will recognize the sense enjoyments for what they are. The experiencing of objects through the senses is called bhoga or experience. The tongue has bhoga of sweet as well as bitter taste. But it is the mind that gets joy through one bhoga and sorrow through the other. Thus, when you see that joy is inside and the experience is outside, you can try to get the inner joy directly without the help of the experience at the sense level. The sense objects are limited, whereas the inner joy is constantly within you, independent of objects. When you no longer need the limited objects to draw out the inner joy, you are happy all the while because you don't have to depend upon the other fickle objects outside. Try to get this experience while you are young, healthy, and powerful. You will experience tremendous freedom and feel invigorated by its exhilaration.